Syndra is like many other control mages that when they don't have their flash, they are very prone to ganks. And LeBlanc, Jarvan, it's just a control mage's nightmare.
Yeah, a lot of burst.
So the second that Syndra loses her flash, she is in so much danger. And you look at the ability to roam from Golden Guardians, the fact that there's potentially so much mid pressure. I imagine it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath in the mid jungle 2 versus 2. I'm sure Golden Guardians won't fall prey to the same early game shenanigans that we saw in last game.
You certainly hope.
But a lot of responsibility. Wave is in a decent spot. Golden Guardians. This is a dangerous window here because they know that Gory has no TP and they're threatening a dive. Jarvan being spotted on the top side.
Yeah, they know it's a 3v2 at the best. There's going to be the Black Shield coming in on, not quite taking the aggro just yet. Stixxay will go down. First blood for BLG, who he's still underneath the tower here. They reset the aggro. It's not going to be On who has to take it, though. It has to go down onto Shun straight away. They're wasting a lot of time. They finally go in on top of it. He flashes away, but he shall not escape. Nice little bit of extra healing onto Shun means they get themselves a clean 2 kills on the bot side.
And so much farm is lost for the Golden Guardians bot lane, and this is one of the disadvantages over. River has his eyes on bot lane.
Oh, they're going to fully commit here because they know Stixxay doesn't have his flash yet, and who he just wasn't in a position to protect his AD carry. It's looking very similar to game number 2 now. Elk and On just very much winning that 2v2.
Yeah, they get themselves the Zyra Rakan. They know how powerful it is for the 2 versus 2, and they are just dominating right now.
Not really able to land those CC cleanly, and now River maybe thinking about going for a bit of an engage here. They will not get the Black Shield or the Black Binding down. They're trying to see if they can maybe go for something else here. The Jinx rocket goes on. Shun still ticking down and will finally go down in favor of Gory. Golden Guardians find themselves finally on the board.
So this is just an expectation so far. As BLG do a great job of funneling Elk and trusting him to be the big carry for BLG. Continues to snowball this lead. They're going to push this Herald all the way into the tier 2 bot. There's only Stixxay left alone. Level 9 about to be ticked over for Elk as well. He's on the same XP as Gory. He's higher XP than Yagao. Ultimate.
Ridiculous. They're going to try and commit here onto River. They will not get the charm off in time, but they will get the knock up afterwards, and that's just as easy as you like. Shun picking that one up there. Gory trying to trade back just a little bit, but recognizing they have been spotted.
They push in mid with their bot lane rotating over. They're going to send Yagao to bot. He's actually going to commit the TP to catch that wave. After securing that tower, the easy thing for Yagao to do is just clear the waves. Ultimate invested.
Going to try and get the flash out of Elk, but he hasn't had to use it just yet. Used his cleanse as the Ignite came in onto River. Good heal comes in. Elk goes into the Feather Storm. They're trying to jump onto him. Elk has gone down. They're moving now onto On. They're getting the resets. There comes the Scion train, but Stixxay tries to sidestep it. The Black Shields is a little bit too little too late. He's trying to burn down onto Shun, but he shall not get it. The clone from Gory will go down, but after it, it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Golden Guardians.
Golden Guardians finding a nice fight in the mid lane.
Rift Herald number 2 being started up here by BLG. Should be a pretty easy secure, you would imagine. Bin kind of protecting Elk. Who he and Stixxay try to put down a little bit of damage. We've seen this gold difference of 14 presented by MasterCard quite a few times. They get a engage onto River, who does have the EQ to try and maybe get away from this, but they're fully trying to commit now onto him. The Unleashed Power doesn't finish him off. Who he going golden to try and get his ultimate off, and he will do just that. They throw in the ultimate On, not quite able to go down. The flash in, Licorice finds himself Shun, but everyone's got themselves a flash to get away. Golden Guardians thinking they maybe have an opportunity there. They're baiting there with their health bars, but nobody goes down.
A very close skirmish between the 2 teams, but it's actually BLG that end up losing out. Flashes used from both Yagao and Jun mean that they're not going to have that available. A lot of mobility and disengage on the side of Golden Guardians means that it's difficult for BLG to lock them down in this fight. Remember, you have Licorice's ultimate still up. Gory with the insane mobility mid On. Still gets rooted up, I think, by the traps.
No, he got hit by the Dark Binding.
Yeah,
as he went back to the bot, he got hit by the Dark Binding. But now, let's see the Scion engage, not really going to land onto anybody. EQ was denied as Licorice finds himself on the backside, puts down the stat press presence, and they jump onto Elk, but River is now already dead. You've lost your front line, and nobody from BLG has gone down. The idea was good from Golden Guardians, but their carries couldn't put in the damage.
Bin acting as such an effective front line. Stixxay just could not get through him. Elk did take a lot of damage with the combined dive coming out from River, Licorice, and Gory, but it's not quite to the same effect as their composition from last game. Yagao, seeing danger here, nice sidestep.
Got his happy feet, he will get stunned up, but will they commit to him? That is the question. They will look for him there. There's the Unleashed Power. After he uses the stopwatch, we're going to see On just kind of going in.
Oh,
Two-man
nice
scatter the weak. Means that Stixay's got nowhere to go, and he's going to fall down. This is Golden Guardians falling apart a little bit. They thought they had enough. Had got the, you know, the Gragas from River getting in. It didn't matter where Gory was. He could get within range with that ultimate, get that range kind of going for it. But now, River caught out in his own jungle a little bit. They will jump onto Elk just very quickly and try and burn him down, but they don't have the damage. Elk finally getting to go up into his ultimate, but he's taken out. They've killed off the AD carry of BLG, but Stixay trying to see if he can get away from Yagao. He cannot. It's a trade of 1-for-1. Huhi trying to see if he can survive as the Rakan is the next one to fall. It's support for support. Finally, River will go down. Licorice is on the backside here. Yagao not quite able to get killed. Yes, he will. The turret helps out his team a little bit. Licorice is in a lot of trouble, though, as they try to use a little bit more damage. Gets Shun over the wall, and he gets the kill as well. Shun fine.
Back by himself, escorting his wave up, gives BLG so much control of the top side of the map, and I think this is consistent from what we've seen. River in danger. River
is in danger, and he's going to get jumped on as well. Gets hit up by the Scion. There's just nothing he can really do, and
that's a Baron.
That is probably a Baron.
A big overstep there from River, trying to contest vision that just didn't belong to him, and this top side of the map completely belongs to BLG. They know that there's no threat of a steal. On doing what he can to zone Golden Guardians away. But this looks like an easy objective secure for BLG.
Yeah, you got no sneaky spellbook smite to come out here right now.
Maybe Corey's burst could be enough.
It could be, but I'm not an optimist. I'm a little bit of a glass half empty here for the Golden Guardians as BLG look to try and secure themselves a big purple worm. We will see the Keeple's Verdict come out. They tried to go for a bit of a cheeky play. I like it. They did get the jungler not away, so he's going to be able to pick that one.
And they're looking for another pick. Licorice isolated in the bot lane.
They know how big of a carry you wear in game number 1. They do not want it to happen, or sorry, in game number 2, and they do not want it to happen here in game number 3. They're throwing everything at Licorice in the top side. This one feels a little personal as they get down the Golden Guardians top laner, and they are going to continue their push now in this bot side.
Now with the Baron buff, they're looking to try and already break into the base of Golden Guardians. They don't really have much of a wave to work with, so BLG will have to wait. Yagao is escorting one in the mid lane. Both waves should connect with the tower at about the same time. So BLG should have a very comfortable siege, and Gory not really with much wave. Good damage though.
Oh, fantastic damage and dodged out on, but now he's a little bit isolated away from himself. A stopwatch for Yagao keeps him alive, but Stixay was left all on his lonesome. Yagao will be traded back, so they do get the mid laner of BLG, but they've lost their AD carry. No one can kill the Scion.
Absolutely no one can. Great dive from BLG to shut down the AD carry of Golden Guardians. The reset's coming in from River, but that's going to be 2 inhibitors 24 minutes in. BLG are dominating here in Game 3 and re-establishing themselves as top dogs of this group.
They really are trying to see if they can just kind of, as I said, a little bit of a bump in the road before getting themselves to the bracket stage. A couple of question marks to really kind of come out of this one here as they do get the knockback, and that's mean that the Xayah is no longer here. That means there's no consistent damage, so Golden Guardians might have picked the perfect target to knock away from this fight. They'll pick up on. Finn is very, very tanky. You still don't quite have Stixay here, and now El can rejoin the fight. It's a 4v2 for the moment as Huhi looks for a little bit of a flank. Stixay finally finds himself here as they look for a little bit more. Huhi will not get his flank off as Shun gets himself right back onto that sideline. Now El can really start to throw down these feathers as Bin is just unstoppable. The fridge that is in that top lane, the Scion just beefing himself up and saying, hit me with what you got.
BLG have the Nexus in their eyes. The question is, will they look to try and end?
Oh, we'll wait and see what
they're waiting for the wave, I think.
Yeah, they're waiting to try and go for it. Gory putting in a little bit of damage. Now they spot him. Now they know immediately they all start to go back on him. So your flank has turned into your death, your tomb, as the rest of BLG just descend upon you. Nothing you can do, Licorice. God loves a trier, and now he's
tower. Golden Guardians will do what they can to hold the line, but against Bin,
he's not taking damage. He's just not taking damage. Look at him just walking forward saying hit me with everything because it's not going to matter. It doesn't matter how much damage you have. It's not going to make a difference. Bin going towards a tank. Very off kind of, center for him, but it is looking fantastic, and BLG putting their faith into Elk, the carry that has done so well for them. Yagao takes out Stixay. River shall no longer be of this earth. It took them a little longer than they expected, but it's looking like BLG should be able to get themselves up into the bracket stage. They will join JDG and T1 and Gen G and the rest of the teams to bring themselves up into the real best of 5 challenge.
Golden Guardian's holding the line for the time being on, likely to lose his life, but so will Huhi.
Yeah, Licorice just seeing if he can keep Yagao away. They're just trying to delay at the moment.
Great game 3 from BLG overall. Commanding, controlled, and just a replication of what we saw in their game 1. Fantastic river control, heavy investment in bots. Bin looking for a fight.
I mean, Bin's just going straight in 1v3. They want everything there. They want to kill off Huhi as well. He will flash away. The Keeper's Verdict is good to knock back a couple of people. Bin still standing strong, still standing forward. Licorice just hasn't got a health bar. And BLG, they felt like they should have won on that last push, and they will almost certainly win on this one.
Engage from River.
Going for a little bit more on, actually, a little bit. Yagao puts in the ultimate. Stixay is down, and they've got Gory as well. There's no more damage to be had on. Sacrifices his life. Huhi is the last one left standing. And finally,